All right, today I'm working on a Schumacher. This is an instant power unit. Not sure how many peak amps it is. I think it's pretty high, but what we're doing today is we're gonna replace the battery in this. We're gonna open it up and see what we got here. So, let's go. Try to see, you can see. A lot of wires here, unfortunately. All right. So what I like that Schumacher has done with this one is they have a battery compartment right here, giving you easy access to the battery. Instead of having to open up the whole box, split it in half, and only then access the battery, which is a pain. So we are going to loosen up these screws here. Take them out. Six. Okay. Set those off somewhere you will not lose them. You will need them at the end. All right, then this battery panel just lifts off here. Gently, gently, gently. Is there something else holding it in? No, you know what they done? They done put a rubber thing around the bottom here, and it's holding this in just on this bottom edge. I think. Well, maybe we can work around it. Oh, looks like we might actually be able to pop it off without taking it off. It's not the biggest deal if we can't. It's just not as convenient, that's for sure. But wouldn't you know? Go to make a video, things don't go right. Okay, well, since we're only stuck on this corner, we're only going to worry about removing this screw, allowing me to pull down this rubber bumper. It's just to protect the case anyways. All right, that comes off. And look at that, we got a battery in there. Let's see, let me adjust this so you guys have a better view of what we're doing here. There we go. All right, thanks for bearing with me. Okay, so we got our negative terminal and our positive terminal. So I'm just gonna disconnect this right here, and then I'm gonna disconnect these two right here. Where's my wrench? Right next to me. All right. So, that's gonna take me. So make sure you're going the right direction. Always helps. Okay. Now, as you get this loosened, make sure the screw does not run away on you, or sorry, the nut does not run away on you. Might have a hard time finding it. You have to probably shake it out of here. And I can't see what I'm doing because I'm got my hands in the way, but I'm just removing this nut from this bolt. Setting the bolt and nut aside. We'll probably reuse them, even though our new battery likely comes with new ones. All right, then this terminal we're done with. So we can set it off out of the way, not deal with it right now. Next, our negative. Okay. It's almost hand loosenable here. All right, twisty, twisty. Ooh, off we go. Almost lost that one. All right, set that nut and bolt aside. They're the same as the other ones, so you don't have to necessarily distinguish between the two. All right, this is our negative terminal. Okay, so you can see what Schumacher's done with this unit is they've taken everything that's going to go to the positive and they've sandwiched it here on this copper 90. That's nice because now I only have to worry about chasing this onto the bolt and attaching it to the terminal of the battery instead of 2 or 3 little things all on one short bolt, each trying to slide away as I stretch it to the terminal of the battery. Same with the negative. I like that. Good job, Schumacher. All right, let's get this battery out of here. There are things to grip on the other side here of the battery and underside here. I don't have access to them with my fingers, so I'm gonna try to go slightly off center because I know there's a support on the center, and I'm gonna raise that like that. Nice. Always nice when something goes your way. All right, so what do we have here? We've got a Schumacher 12 volt 18 amp hour battery. All right, so we are going to get a similar 12 volt, 18 amp hour PowerSonic battery here. All right, NB stands for nut and bolt, because we have a nut and bolt to go in the terminals here. All right, I want to know how long my battery lasts, so I'm going to put a date label on it. It's a good idea to keep track of your batteries, how much life you're getting out of them. You should get a couple years out of your batteries, okay? Sometimes you can get 4 or 5 years out of a battery, sometimes more, depending on what it's being used for and how often it's being used and how well you maintain it. Maintenance of a battery is essential to make a battery last, okay? We're also going to check the voltage here, see what we're starting with. We got 12.7. That's great. 12.85 would be full, 100%, and then down at about 12 or 11.8, I guess, is totally discharged. All right, I think that's right. So we got a date label. You can write that in Sharpie if you don't have a fancy label printer. That's fine. Who cares? Ooh, pay attention now. So we've got our red on this side. Right on this side, so we're just gonna make sure we put the battery back in the same way we took it out. All right, make sure your terminals are out of the way so they're not being squashed down underneath, because then you'd have to take the battery back out and raise your terminals up. Where'd my screwdriver go here? And help this get seated here. Move things down. There we go. Down and we go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the negative terminal on. I'm just in the habit of doing negative first. Do a lot of automotive batteries, and in general, sorry, I said negative, but I meant positive. So let's start over there. I'm gonna do the positive first. And the reason is, I do a lot of automotive batteries, and your negative terminal is generally grounded to the frame and many metal things in your car. Maybe not all, but most. So essentially, if you have this connected here and this one waving around in a car, if this made contact with any metal part of the car, you would get a short, a spark. And you don't want that. It's not the greatest. It'll drain your battery a little bit at a time, each time you spark it, and you know, who knows what you're gonna ignite. So it's best practice to keep this well away from the terminal. Even a little touch will give you some sparks, and you know, just keep that away from the terminal on a car, and put the positive on first. All right, so this isn't a car, and it ain't a peony, but we're gonna do proper stuff. You don't have to crank this down too badly. It's not going anywhere. Okay, you might see a little spark here. Oh, that was so small, I doubt you saw it, especially with my big blue hand in the way. All right, we're just gonna put this bolt in here. Put this nut on here. Get it started. Nice. Get a wrench. I think that's that loosen or is that tighten? Use wrenches with the gears in them always. I always have to have a wrong, and then I flip it around. It's pretty tight. I wish I had another wrench. Well, when all else fails, you go to your pliers. Oh, no kidding. It's like a go-to all the time. Not when all else fails. All right. Come on, little guy. All right, that is on there pretty tight. So, got a new battery in here. All right. Let's get the cover on, and then we'll check the voltage through the jump pack. Okay. So we'll seat this back. There are 3 little feet here. 1, 2, 3, and those seat in these little holes. 1, 2, 3. So get those seated first. Okay. And then I'm gonna put this on. Just gonna hold everything together there. All right. Now, when you're putting these screws back in, I highly suggest hand tightening them. So with a screwdriver, not a drill. I'm using a very weak drill, and I have it on 2 out of 6 speed settings because it's very easy to strip out these plastic holes you're putting the screw in. Yes, sir.
There was boxes up on this one rack that had PDA batteries and GBASP batteries. Had like that foil tape on it.
I didn't do anything except with CPHs and CPPs.
Oh, here, come here.
Yeah.
There was
All right. I apologize. All right, so we're gonna do screws finished here. So yeah, just be mindful not to over tighten when you're putting these in because you could tear out the plastic and then you won't have a screw that goes there. All right. Okay, now let's see what we got here. Talk to me, Schumacher. We got light, awesome, so that's working. We got jump boost power, so that's saying 12.7, 12.5 now, okay. And then percentage of battery charge, 70%. There you have it. So yeah, so 12.7, or it's reading 12.5, I guess, for through the box, but the actual battery itself was 12.7. That's 70% charge, I suppose. All right, so we're gonna put this on charge and then it's ready to go. And that's how you replace a battery in a jump box of this sort. Thanks for watching.